Yo, how is everybody? We're back. I'm gonna warn you, my brain is already fried. Starting fried. Wait here. Tell people I'm live. Check. Um, man, hope everyone's good. I'm good. Generally, just fried. So yeah, doing. Okay, wait. I had an idea what we're doing today. We could work on the steepness map. Guess that's what the title is about. So, boop. Okay. Deepness. Okay. There's somewhere. Hey, Granny. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for the raid. Try me and enjoy your long night of partying and golf. That sounds like a hoot. Welcome everyone else. What up, Crumb? What's up, Zombie? I'm fried. I just had 2 meetings, and yesterday I had 2 meetings. It's a lot. They were good meetings. Just when will it be over? Don't worry. Okay. All right. If you say so. The Tiva planters. So one, I haven't done anything with. The other, we did the chia seeds with. I have to upload a picture. Um, it's a little bit slow to start, but we've got some life on there. We actually have some leaves. We got some stems. I'm excited. Yeah. How are your Tiva planters doing, Crumb? And Zombie. Hope you had a good Sunday. Hope the meeting went well. Um, did you start modding? Your grass is growing nicely? That's awesome to hear. Oh, you have to post new pics. Really exciting. Ryan, I get that. What a nice Saturday. We should definitely do that again, if you don't mind. More Quake Live. Maybe drag Catless in, or whoever else. Uh, I think maybe eventually I'll get you into Mech Warrior. Maybe just a match or two. You can say you definitely hate it. We never have to go back again. Yeah, that was cool. And just deluge of meetings afterward. Everything went well though. One meeting started off with like I was telling Zombie like, so hands, right? They're tricky and there's like lots of implementations. We're kind of talking about the differences and the whatnot. And it's the first thing that hit in the meeting. And I had to just be like, well, there are a lot of solutions. We should look into which one we should actually go for. I haven't used them personally in quite a bit. Uh, but, I have more experience with the other stuff. And that went super well, actually. So funny. Atlas, hey, how was your weekend? Ohio. Found out someone mentioned another stream of Ohio means good morning. I mean, it's a good emote. A really warm, welcoming emote. I love it. Never knew it was just straight up good morning though. You know? Learn something new every day. I learned that like Friday. Yeah, Catalyst, has the wheel rebuilt? I guess weekend. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Now we're gonna write some code. Steepness. Okay, so steepness is doing a band of good, and then oceans of bad. So we need to touch on this function. It is more or less working. Now, if we could do it for the whole map instead of a chunk, and if we could have it go out further, I think we need to blur it somehow, because the pixels that are getting colored with any data that we need are like isolated to an area smaller than what's actually being sampled. I think that makes sense. You've been sidetracked a little bit. Ooh, exciting. So you wanted to see if you could put some smoke in the picture. Okay, I remember you toying with that. Ended up having to find out that Karma does not render Pyro shader. You have to use a Karma specific Pyro preview shader, which isn't the same. I know that heartache. Maya has many of those. They've cleaned up a few. Like they did take out a lot of the mental ray stuff. Which, man, even when mental ray was like more supported, it would still, every time you opened a scene, it would give you a little pop-up. It was like, you have mental ray materials in this scene. Beware or something. It's not like I read it. It's so annoying. It was just an okay prompt. Can't do anything about it. So did you end up remaking the smoke? Ended up wanting more CPU cores. Mm-hmm. It often do be like that. Can you turn... Sorry, my mind just got wicked sidetracked. So Embergen just put in sparse stuff. So like, if it's super advanced, there might be something about having a sparse solver, and that would save you a lot of processing. Let's see. I guess you can't scale it down without it looking weird. At least Houdini Sim is threaded, unlike Blender. Oof. Yeah, I don't thread a lot of my things because it's annoying in Unity, and it's often like, I don't know, what would I thread anyway? I don't think I have anything big enough to super need threading for. But then you just like, I don't know, it just makes everything dirty. All this weird async await stuff. Takes a lot of concentration, you know? Not at that stage. Hi, Yag. How are you? How was your weekend? Wait, crimey raid? Threading in Unity always brings the best hard crashes. I would so believe that. So I have threading for my networking. My socket stuff, I just start up a thread, but they conveniently kind of put threading in a lot of the example code for sockets. So, like, that was free. And then I just had to figure out how to do, like, pretty much not sockets themselves. The socket solution I had needed just kind of like pogo pins, little things you could touch and push things in or take things out, or like, well, get evented, you know. Me, I'm fried. I had 2 meetings yesterday and 2 meetings today already. I'm fried. Tomorrow's a bit of a rest, but then the day after I have another meeting. Oh, yeah. I'm tired. But we're getting there. You have to do a bunch of async stuff for your multiplayer? Yeah, I bet. Gameplay wise, there's little to none, you think? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I get threading for big things. If you need to read, like, a really big file, that would, like, you know, take a small hit because you need to wait for the hard drive. That makes sense. You know? It always feels like one-off things or places where you know you're going to need it because you put yourself in a situation where you have a lot of stuff to do on the side that is not going to hang up what you're working on. I don't know. Maybe some people are out always thinking about how they can tear their code apart, just thread things all the time. My brain's a little bit too small. Okay, zombie. Can we talk about this for a second? I was looking it up. The like coroutine thing. It's just an update, right? But it's an update that can get pulled out of the update stack. The wait itself, if you do like a wait 4 seconds, I think it gets pulled out of the update stack for a number of seconds through magic. So that's what I understand. You know, that kind of makes sense. But then I found an article about like running a bunch of coroutines and waiting for them all to finish. But they're all running in parallel on a single thread, right? It doesn't actually multi-thread. Magic is a good description. Right, because it's like, it's some compiler assembly stuff, right? They have it figured out. You're never going to touch it. It doesn't matter. You actually get the nested coroutines page you linked open right now? Okay, cool. So yeah, the last bit on that, right? Where they're like, okay, you call a coroutine. You can store the handle for that coroutine. You can check when it finishes, and then the whole coroutine can finish once all of the little ones that you created finish. But are you not just running the first one, the second one, and the third one? Or if they have like null returns in them, then you're just running, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 until they're done. but it doesn't actually super multi-thread. It end up doing the same amount of work over the same period of time, more or less. Right, parallel is misleading, right? Because it's still one at a time. You're just gonna like update the second one before you update the first one again. Unity kind of sprinkles the execution in, and it still runs main thread. So that doesn't actually save you anything. It's just a pattern that allows you to update in a more even distribution over whatever tasks you have to do. Seems almost not useful. Coroutine's got overhead. Is it the same amount of overhead that update has? Garbage collector has way more to do on them. Okay. That makes sense. They have more overhead? Sorry, I'm just going against things that I previously thought. I have to rearrange my brain. So it's almost like it might have a little bit of overhead, but it's more sanitary because when you turn a coroutine off, it can die. Where the update's always going to have a check in there somewhere. Timers. Yeah. So yeah, I usually do timed things, or like if I have a short something that needs to be updated for as long as there are things to update, I'll throw a coroutine. Like actually weapons handling their projectiles. I have a coroutine that is update projectiles. And as soon as there's no projectiles left, we clean up the coroutine. Because, I don't know, you could walk around for 5 minutes and we don't need that coroutine to do anything. Cleaning? Okay. Yeah, I use coroutines for fading, usually. I have to fade. I guess I use coroutines a lot because I don't want to have all of the updates happening all the time, especially if we're going to have the check to see whether it should update or not. But then again, when you deactivate a game object, it takes the update out of the stack, right? Okay. Is it a lot of garbage collection? I guess it's a lot of garbage collection if it's a big coroutine, right? And then is it just the size of the function in memory? Using events a lot for triggering. I agree, D8. I do that pretty often. And then just like the lingering after something being triggered, that's usually something I do in a coroutine. Don't know how much it actually is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna feel crafted away and say that it's very efficient, and at some point in my life, I might check that. No, I totally agree with going event driven for like the whole thing. Yeah, get rid of your updates. And then the coroutines, they don't run forever. They run pretty much when they get triggered, right? And just like a couple exceptions like AI, right? AI kind of needs to run all the time. Or on ticks. GUI can be event driven. Sanity in your code, save the insanity for your choices. That's good. How is it coming? Did you get to work on your multiplayer laser guided rocket shooter weekend? Spread. Trying to think. So if we ran it without a buffer, that's just stupid. But it spreads some data along, right? Not completely stupid, just mostly stupid. The blur is going to put flats into the steeps. Oh, if I could do a non-uniform blur for the flats. But what if we have flats? I could sample wider. Map and enhance. That's it. That's the. Though enhance is probably like a Gaussian thing, right? Laser guided rocket shooter weekend. Sounds like an awesome festival. I would attend virtually, of course. It doesn't sound like it would be safe to be there. Nothing of importance got done this weekend at all. Oh yeah, you weren't feeling well, right? So are you feeling better? Ooh, okay, cool. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so the spreading thing. We spread. Never got worse that first day? Yesterday you were well enough for an outing? Nice. Good to hear. Cool, yeah. Have a good day. See you later. It's nice to hear of people not dying out there. I think why is this like this? Is this just because we have like an 8-bit? But we should see it again. Data up. I don't. I think we're safe. I do find regularly making textures does lead to a memory leak. Maybe, yeah, probably the way I'm doing it. Something I have to look into. No, Google got absolutely useless. I'm like super amazed that it hasn't been more of a headline or that more people aren't upset about it. Get the nice smooth. I think this is good. That does tell. You have to do it, I think, for the whole map because we need to get rid of that. I'm not really sure how we would even those out. Maybe they wouldn't be so bad. Search term L2 CPP object base. 10 useless results in the word 10 results. 10 results. Yeah. Yep. And then the second page, also kind of questionable. Like, hey, Zoc, how are you? How are you? How was your weekend? Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So one of my theories is that Google got useless because uh, people have figured out finally how to game its metadata, but it also feels like there's something else going on where like maybe did they like I don't know. It just feels like it's off, like they're completely not finding anything. I don't know what their algorithm is. People were saying that it was like, oh, the top whatever ones disappeared, and that um, is all sponsored links. I think. I'm like, you know what? The sponsor links even used to be targeted better to where your search was. That's already a fail, right? But they're not even necessarily very accurate sponsors. Yeah, I don't. What do you do without Google now? I think the wife is using DuckDuckGo. Maybe that's the answer. Tried Bing, marginally better actually. I would imagine. I feel like they got to the point where they were just a little bit worse than Google before Google crapped itself. The height. I feel like the height made me bring that back. This way. And continues to do dumb things. Who would have thought? I think the golden times of actually finding stuff online are over. True. There was a time before Google, though, right? Trying to think of what that was. I don't know. The Net Zero definitely had some sort of search feature because I got around on the internet somehow. And am I just forgetting a time before you search for everything? You would always just search for everything, right? It's not like, I guess there was the small time where you had like AOL that had buttons for everything. Pretty sure Net Zero, like, it was a search, and the search would turn up a bunch of what, Trifire, Angel Fire sites, which is pretty much like the earliest MySpace. Totally Hypnospace Outlaw. I don't know. What do we do without the search? Google wasn't the first, they were just the best. This is garbage. Okay, now I know it. Oh, I think I want local. And Visual Studio, you just need to go home, you're drunk. If you think anyone likes this, being harassed like this, moving your comments around, get out of my life. Stop harassing me, stop harassing my family. It should look better. So, alright. If we blur this before we do the steepness thing, that makes more sense than trying to blur the steepness topology line. Right? I'm also trying to get my brain working. Because isn't the height already done this way? Let me double check. The height should be auto level. You think you've fallen to Murphy's Law? You woke up Saturday with a sore throat. Now your voice is gone. Many other nonsense has happened. We guess keep on going? We gotten a chance to beat Final Fantasy IV yet? Crush it under your boot. Grind its skull into the mud. That'll show. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I facepalm now. I feel like I should unclamped and then I do a world map height. That doesn't sound very. What is percent exact? Oh, sure. This is just sampling. Dumb. It's just sampling. The lerp unclamped is an attempt at wrapping. You're calling that getting the Arsh card over here? What does that mean exactly? Ask card. Oh yeah, okay. I understand. Oh yeah, sometimes you get a bad draw. But it's through the adversity that we get stronger or something. Whatever it takes to keep on going. You didn't? Messed up right now, you have absolutely no patience for that. Fair. Well, what else can you do? Guess you can watch and rant over here. You bumble around. Brain just. Why did I write this? Rain face. I'm just gonna comment that out and that'll get, garbage collected. He even curse the game with no voice? That's so real. You gotta be able to yell at your game. Absolutely. The game must be called stupid. The developers must be have their intelligence brought into question. Absolutely. The designers must be disbarred. Mm-hmm. Never mind. If the wife got pudding. Pudding's good for short, right? I guess honey's better, right? Friends visited the other day and they brought some stuff from the farmer's market. They got us honey sticks, which you probably have honey sticks. It's a worldwide thing. One of them was pina colada flavored, which love. Amazing. I never knew that there was pina colada flavored honey. And the other was like lemon honey. And I don't like plain honey, but once you start flavoring it, I'm all about it. Now it's back in. No. Hugh Rupert Holmes. wait, Rupert Holmes. This might not be a reference I'm completely familiar with. Nope. Nope, I'm looking at songs. I'm not seeing a relevant one. Crying. Ah. Hi, honey, I'm home? Did I find it? I don't see anything else related to bees or honey. Escape. I passed right over it. Oh, that's this song? This is. Why did I think this was somebody else? Oh, I know what I did. I thought it was Jimmy Buffett because the vibes. And because I don't listen to Jimmy Buffett. I'm not a parrot head, unfortunately. Here's Margaritaville. Uh-huh, okay. Alright, that's what I did. Okay, yeah, this is a really good song. How's the Buckethead that doesn't line up? That's what Okay, I wrote all this very quickly, and a lot of it mostly worked. You're gonna have to give me a lot of credit. Little credit? I'll take whatever you can. This is the total height. So that should make it between 0 and 1, right? Or wrong. Okay. Trying to engage hamster. So if we have a point that's going into the negative, right, then it's not necessarily a proper capping of our space. This might be the most distracting song that I've ever put on. Really good though. This must be on like the ban list of so many karaoke bars, right? Oh yeah, completely stuck in my head. Oh, oh, there's that other one. Build Me Up Buttercup. Mm-hmm. Tell me I didn't just ruin your whole day with that one word or one phrase. And maybe not ruin, but like ruin your ability to not hear it. It's in there now. Delayed reaction, that's probably a good thing. That's one of those songs that I can just spontaneously sing. Just always just lingering in the back of my mind. I'm gonna save you. Maybe I'm gonna put on Buckethead, which hopefully will cleanse the brain. I'm gonna say something faster, but no, this I think he did it. Yes, so the world height at Berlin can go negative. Map height. Yeah, what if we don't even hit one to make world map height the actual top of the map? Has to be between, right? We multiply by world map height, we're good. But the Perlin can bring it down. So we need to renormalize with the new. It's an expanded range, it's both up and down. So let's just we could just know what the maximum and minimum of the Perlin mod would be. You know what? The secret sauce of the level design is just, it's so secret, not even I fully understand it. You actually love it? It's good mood music. Oh, it's so good. One of those things that you can start singing and people will tend to sing along. And if I'm at camp and we're like packing up and everyone's like, I don't know, head down doing something dumb, like trying to go home or whatever, start singing that and people will like usually join in, you know, hit it at the right time. But I'm not like the sing at lunch guy. No, no, no. That's weird. Kids should be able to use their phones at lunch, like God intended, or something. I don't know. This corporate was always not super thrilled with like the idea of kids on phones, like at all. I always wanted them to be like engaged and playing games, and it's like I how out of touch are you? Kids don't want to do anything. Make things interesting, but like it can be really overwhelming for everybody involved to have these weird forced activities. Little kids it worked really well though. Little kids liked playing games. It's usually their parents won't let them have phones yet. Okay. So the dread that I'm having, maybe it's not full dread. Maybe we just interject a little. So in the first pass, setting up all the height, we will get the highest and lowest point. Yeah, neg that. And then lowest point. Or greater than highest point. Buckethead songs. Amazing. Listening to the Ghosts of Broken Egg. Okay, so here's the thing we try and do. Do we have Manip? Manip, my old. Not auto level. Blanking. What's it called? Input in and output. Will do. This should hopefully modify. I should probably be doing that. For now, I feel like it's my training wheels. I'll cut it out after. Garbage collect less in this. But in Mac, highest in is low. Just want it to go 0 and 1. Mm. That's how max and min. So that's 0. This should be the otherwise it'll. Yeah, let's see if that does it. More like this, but different, maybe. Going through just the chunk ones, though. Trusting that the original height is good. Again, yeah, remind myself it's the Perlin that's wild. I could drop out the division by world height remap. Struggling to think, is this just going to be the localized? Nothing to it but to do it. Buckethead's giving me the sadness. We're going for build me up. I undid everything I said. Oh, hey, look at that. That is different. So the localized doesn't have steepness in it. Or it doesn't have Perl in it. Completely distracted. So this flows a lot better than I thought it would. Kinda. That. And so the other problem, I guess, is that there's more Perlin data than is actually used by the terrain. which was a problem when we were thinking about going to the tessellated terrain because, like, just it's so noisy. Zombie needs support and there is no support. Oh no. What are you working on? Support with what? What happens when you throw this through the steepness? Just for giggles. I run off to? So we go to deepness and local. Not local. Terrain. You want to use terrain data dot get heights. In a perfect world, it would spit out a 2D float array. Of course, it doesn't for you. So is that what the documentation says it would do? The docs and the monocode. Did you just find a magic bug? Not gonna lie, every time I find a bug, if I bring it up, someone's like, "Oh, it was fixed in this version." And it's like, man. But new bugs are introduced in versions, so like it's just trading one for another, right? Fighting against IL-2 CPP here. Need to unbox it. Right. What if it's not a 2D float? Because like Unity does weird stuff under the hood. What if it's a vector 2? Or is vector 2 already what you're thinking? Instead of like a float open. It could be a jagged array, or it could be a 2D array. Think about that. Because I don't know if you do what I do, but if I ever say a two-dimensional array, I always 100% of the time, unless specified otherwise, mean a jagged array. And everyone I talk to, well, a majority of who I talk to don't know that there is a 2D array. They are always thinking of a jagged array. Ew, it is a 2D array. Okay. You ever just test things? Would you ever just like, run it and cast in a bunch of different ways and see which one sticks? Actually, if you do, you probably tried all of the things, right? Those SOPs over at the ModLoader Discord should help. But Discord support, right? Especially if it's like too specific that they don't know off the top of their head and they have to dig into something. You never know. Some people get curious, some people do hand waving. Yeah, I would try. I mean, it shouldn't be a jagged array for any other reason that I feel like jagged array is the more common pattern. Imagine, or what if it's some crazy double? What if it's actually a double? Unity has lots of floats that are actually doubles. You would know that, right? You probably experience that more than I do. No time. Time is secretly a double, and if you cast it back to a double, you get all that precision back. Magically? It does come back. Interesting how they can cast it to a float and just hide some data. Feel a primitive, kinda. Wait, what doesn't matter? If you're getting an error because you're using one set of brackets and a comma instead of two sets of brackets, that should matter, right? I guess you beyond binders? Grab directly with pointers.
For your nice and chilled streams. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Sock. I appreciate the sub. 3 months. Greatly appreciated. Always welcome. Yeah, I hope things turn around. I hope you're feeling better soon. Get your voice back so you can start screaming down the pixels. That was a little bit loud, wasn't it? Loud. Turned it down. Hope I don't regret that. Yeah, it should be good. With pointers. Like, I looked at pointers you can do with C#. I don't know why you need them. Oh, zombie did get you. Kinda got me too. Oh. Okay, so try this, and then we actually need to display this. So that height might have garbage forever. That both of you praise the sun. Oh, it's a good little. There was a streamer I used to watch. She would do body painting stuff. I always find fascinating because you're texturing in real life on like a real 3D model that moves. Anyway, uh, she would have jump alerts, and entertaining jump alerts. She would always see it before it popped up, so it would really scare chat more than it ever scared her. And she always like apologized for it. Always found that amusing. Body painting streams? Listen. They're doing what I'm doing. I don't consider it that different. I mean, whatever. I mean, if I need content for certain things, I would go find content for those certain things. I'm not there for that. I'm usually there actually to see cool character get done in Paint, which I love art. I can't bring myself to, I know I'm cheap, to pay for art supplies. And then sometimes they would talk about, refilling on body paint, and I dropped another $200 on Amazon getting body paint. Like, you need to make money back from streams. You need to. It's just too much. That I won't do that. I wasn't planning on it. I figured what I do on making a character that starts gray into someone that looks more realistic is enough body painting. No, I don't think so. Fortunately, I can't tell you something fun like I could body paint someone else, because that's against TOS. I learned a lot through those body painting streams, actually, about Twitch TOS. Mess with it. Don't want to mess with it. So I could only paint myself, and yeah, I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon. And that would be expensive. And honestly, skills I don't fully have. I pretend it's easy. Buy expensive software to make it look easy. This doesn't feel like good happened here. Like scan lines. Either so beautiful and I'm so colorblind, or I'm not even close to having this. I almost feel like we need to put the local with the height actual. Nice having the little Perlin details, but it ain't it. I think we have to put height back to where it was. We really do want to find like mountaintops with that data. Okay. Our original problem, I guess. This one. Okay, maybe we can blur this one. The local one. You'll get weird issues of continuity. But oh, I could just learn either a high pass filter or a median filter. Need to go to bed? Have a good night, everyone. Good night, Zoc. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. See you when I see you. Wait, terrain height. What are you doing with terrain height? Does the Long Dark use Unity terrain? So by this point, I might have re-rolled a system that is pretty much badge. It actually does. Oof. You know, I don't know many people that use it vanilla. Most people I've heard have an add-on or two, some sort of store asset that helps them deal with multiple chunks and stuff. Haven't checked it out yet, but you found a nifty little script to modify the terrain on runtime, which could be fun. Ooh. I had that, and I need to put that back in. Should be better because it's not going to go through creating and updating curves and then building a mesh from those curves. Should be good. Steepness. Oh, I need to fix it. I don't remember. Kind of not good that this doesn't account for the purlin. Anyone here like ska back in the day? Or continues to like ska to this day? Kind of curious if you also heard of this newer ska band, the Interrupters. They're pretty fire. Hate to say, one of the first things I heard from them was a cover of I'm the Bad Guy, which, of course, and that song, I don't think I've heard the original, but I've heard so many covers from so many other bands. But the Interrupters are actually good, putting out a lot of new stuff. Warms my heart. Sure. Yeah, we can get some on Discord. Let me put this in. Listen at your leisure. Oh, actually, okay. I'm gonna post. Listen to the second one first. The next one, YouTube. Is that a list? YouTube, you weird. Without the list. Okay. I like that YouTube's pretty transparent about stuff. This one keeps getting stuck in my head. Use kerosene. Oh, I mean, I guess should I throw it in the chat for FOD reasons? If anyone's gonna type out a YouTube link that they see in tiny text from a YouTube video. And I want Fusion to come so we can use AI without negative consequences. It would be cool to just have it kind of crawling on things. Imagine if it could read text in a video and pop up a link, like a clickable link from readable text on screen, or not readable, because you know what? Computer vision can actually undistort things surprisingly well. The enhanced stuff, some of that's kind of real. Super. So height, and then the trick that we wanted to try was to blur height pixels. I'll blur. I'll blur, do we blur? Do we blur the whole map? Like the distance of the whole map? Is that reckless and crazy? It's a crazy median blur with no data retention. Okay, this is taking a long time. I messed something up. Clearly, I've been irresponsible. I don't know if I did a G. Only use it once. Okay. Okay, that's something to do. In fact, you know what? It might just crash. That could be okay. Maybe we'll just do the thing we need to do while it's crashing. Do this until I find. Okay. So mask. Which we need to put in the kernel. We need threshold. We need distance. Range. I think we already have a range variable, and we reuse stuff. We do it in the GPU. Where did I put that? Boilerplate stuff. Here we use stuff. Range grab the better place. Else the guys. Not looping. Eyes alive, pixel. And there's no original here. But color array. And there's no color. It's float. Vector 2. Float 2. Don't need to know it. And shader language is actually kind of nice. There's some things I really like about it. The fact that your vectors, or they're not vectors, they're float whatevers, you can just use like a .xyz, get an RGB out of it. You can get a .xc and just get a plane out of it. Get like a 2D value out. It's so nice. You can create them by just shoving in a .xyz with a, you know, a 1 to get a vector 4. It's like so convenient. C#, why can't you be like your older brother, shader language? Numbers. Well, you know what I mean though, right? Like if I was gonna make a float 4, you know, I can just say, yeah, thing is equal to a float 4, but I can say that it's like 90.xz 10. Like that just works because it's just like, oh yeah, xz, that's 2 numbers. You're putting 2 numbers in, that'll take up the first 2 things. We don't care that there's not enough commas to make this work. It's syntax. Who cares about syntax? We get your intention. Use thing under thing. Okay, you know what? I'm fine with it. Yeah, that's my bit. I think it's fun. pull things out and create them willy-nilly. Not operators to swizzle your whatever. Actually, I've never tried doing like .cx. I assume it would work, but we have to get rid of all the F's. I'll digress. Stop nerding out. There's no original length. Has to be textured size, length. Like a multiply by pass it in. I just passed it. Ways to optimize some of the computer because it's so much meant to pack all your variables code for. They are the most efficient thing you could do on GPU. What I've read in articles. Don't ask for sources. I don't remember. There was an article about drilling down to assembly, seeing how assembly was being passed to GPUs. I swear it was way more riveting than it sounds. Just gonna do this. You can yell at me. It'll be faster than the CPU. Not pretty. There's no lights pick. Original, it's color array. I don't see anything that's going to trip me up. It's going to be a nice surprise. We're winding up for the slapstick. It's not fun slapstick. It's just like, hey, that whole script doesn't work. Right, I'm going to bring this back and I need to kill you. Unity, you've gone too far this time. Here you follow out my instructions, even though they were poor instructions. This one, I'm always singing this one. Okay, hold on. Sorry for flooding music, but songs are legit always in my head. Am I an idiot? I think I am. Did I change what I need to change? I don't think I did. Coding with brain fried. Oh my god, there's so many shader compilers open. Kill it. The fire. Okay, we open it one more time, and before we do anything in it, changes that we should you give up? IL2 CPP? Yeah. I'm sorry. Make something easy. There's got to be something, some low-hanging fruit on the healing bench, right? But if you need a cry, you take a good cry. Don't deny your feelings. Oh, I think I killed Unity again. Why aren't you doing the thing I think you're gonna do super efficiently? Corresponding fixed memory, fluctuating CPU. Nothing. Actually, I have to open up the crash log. How dare you? Crash it. For the log, console log? Fine. Decided to cook me. Editor. Here's stuff. That off screen. You don't need that. I forgot about this. I totally forgot about this. I was like, huh, I wonder what my Unity editor is doing right now. I was like, huh, I can understand not helping every single player with their I haven't read the README problems. I'm like, is it just yelling at me very specifically right now? I completely forgot that we're, yeah, we may or may not. Unity Editor just shoves everything into just one file for every open editor. So if you have two open editors, they're both hooping their data into the same file. uh, Wait, why is this not even? Okay. You're not that confused. Like all, it's all Twitch chat. Well, okay, we need to kill it again. I just need to think long and hard about what I think I'm doing. Clearly something's wrong. Just so frustrating every time. You get a fun idea, take a few lines in the editor, then you hit such a roadblock, it just stops you dead in your tracks. Yeah, that sounds right. Even much of a chance for a workaround if the people that actually developed the stuff won't help. Can understand not helping everyone that didn't read the README. Yeah, that's fair. You get more support than a moderator that actually wants to put out content. Yeah. How would that log look like if you run the auto spammer again? Do you want to see? Oh wait, so it's not live, right? Like if I do anything in the editor now, like it's not getting new ones. I would need to open the editor again. This should have new stuff in it, right? Well, good. Yep, yep, all the stuff. Confusing. Better your Breve. Oh, why is there a big blank spot? Like compiling a couple times? Hmm. Maybe Shamari mood went downhill? No worries. I have no expectations on you. Unless they help, in which case you have expectations on you. Oh. But I blurred him with the GPU. Well, if I'm doing... I mean, this is chunk. It's getting height, chunk, local. Just a GPU blur. This calls this, and I don't think it has a problem. I would see something. Nothing? No, nothing? Hmm. Is it happening a lot or something? It's used here. How many times do you just want deepness? Okay, alright, so steepness does get used. Hey Gav, thanks for the raid. How are you? What are you up to? Sorry, I've been busy today. I didn't get a chance to stop by. Apologies. I had 2 meetings today. Back to back. Well, not back to back. Close enough. I'm fine, that's good. Hey Doom, how are you? What are you up to today? Poking some code here. So maybe a raid is a good reason to get distracted by something else. Let's undo some of the things that are breaking first. Give me 1 second. Don't need to blur. That might be all we need. So yeah, hey Raiders, I'm the Danger. I'm a game developer. I'm working on a game that is like a mech simulator in a fantasy world. So like Dungeons and Dragons monsters being fought by a mech that you're sitting in, built out of parts from those monsters you're killing. Cool, not creepy, right? Totally cool. Blasphemous 2 is out soon. Cool, cool. So you've been playing Blasphemous? You mentioned you were playing it. Was that this stream though? And how did it go? No, Death's Gambit? Right, okay. Okay, so don't mind things. Things look a little bit ugly right now. Hello? Where's stuff? Okay, you know what? This is a game that's in development. Take everything with a grain of salt. Our procedural world generation. We're sitting in our mech. We have like arms separate from our torso, so we have things that fire kind of like both. You can shoot 2 enemies at once. Isn't that fun? Okay. Where's the starting point? What? I bet I fixed a bug and I caused a new. That happens more than I'd like to admit. Yeah, like not be good. That's super low. What's your problem? You know what? Don't look at this. Don't look at this. Don't look at me. The world square. So hi, how are you? You've been playing? You just can't wait for Blasphemous 2? Yeah, it looks exciting. I like the vibe of the first one. Wife and I were talking. Because it's similar to a lot of games out there, but it got really popular. And I think it's the vibes coupled with the animations. Like the intro animation is pretty incredible, and then like when you actually kill a boss, you get like a really rewarding animation. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It feels really rewarding. Your English is medium basic? Sorry if you don't answer or say something in a basic way. No worries, dude. Just chill. Have a good time. Say anything you want to say and we'll take it with a grain of salt. We're pretty chill here. Okay, why are there holes? Oh no, I think I did one of those things where I fake fixed something. The fix actually broke things. Why does it take so long to pop up? Okay. Have to backpedal a little bit. It's slightly completely different. So let's put it back. Yeah, just need a little swap around there. I think that should dive into a little bit later. Funky. Probably didn't notice that earlier. English is medium basic. Oh yeah, sorry, I got that one. Yeah, definitely immersion is the best way to learn. I would think. Not that I know many languages. I guess I can tell you that I took 9 years of Italian throughout all of my schooling, and I can speak very little. It is embarrassing. Classroom learning. Questionable for some things. If this is still weird, I have no idea. We'll do something completely different because I don't know. I have no answers. Things are broken and I should probably do some like serious soul searching. Okay, let's see. Man, I wish a little bit faster. Not loading. Now we're having errors. What? Oh. I guess this might be slightly hairier. Slightly hairier. It takes some careful time and consideration to untangle it. Or again, we do something completely different. Am I working alone? Yes. So far. I don't have huge plans on bringing other people on, but there's a chance that I would bring on like an animator. My animations are passable. I would like them to be exciting. And then, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I start doing the art and I'm like, it's hard. to do all of this art that I imagined, then I would hire someone else, but so far, I'm handling it. You guys fan club around? That's right. It's a mutual fan club. Always looking at the new mods Zombies putting out. Someday I'm gonna play The Long Dark and it's gonna be amazing. Still giving me an error? Should I just hang up my hat for the day? We just play Quake Live for the rest of the day? Because, you know, if your brain's fried, you're actually kind of tired and not in the mood. Sometimes you can do more damage than good. Seen some weird stuff. I think I just saw an extra water chunk get drawn. Oh my. Things are weird. Only if you want to hear me whine while aimlessly running around. Yeah, maybe. Not the worst thing in the world. Firing off some rockets might be better than facing myself and my imperfections at this point in time. And that's a lot of. We really need to revisit the world. I can't even get the GPU thing to work. Are we trying to blur too far? Besides everything else being broken, let's jump around more. Again, I don't think I would. I don't know. I don't know if I like streaming games. Tried it once. It was okay. It was meh. That might be an end early thing if we end up doing that. What was I even about to poke? It's gone. Oh, are we blurring too far? That's World Steve. Just again. Oh, I'm blurring the. Alright, yeah. Maybe not the full distance. Let's try. And I'm dumb. Maybe we can fix a thing today. I want to make sure I don't break anything more than it's already broken. Keeping it same level of broken, I'm fine with that. That's okay. Hopefully we can make a dent tomorrow. Here. Oh. I did everything break. Oh, now it tells me the kernel can't be found. Hey. Do you want to tell me what's wrong with it? Oh. Cool. Good talking with you. Job unit. Perfect. Okay, so blur broke. Of course it broke. How did it get hung up before though? I'm actually really baffled by that. How did it break before? How could it get stuck on a kernel or like a function that's doing too much that somehow the syntax couldn't compile? How does... My brain's broke. What? Masked pixels. That's it. I'm dumb. Okay. Never mind. And then we had that. Okay. Do these. I feel like I've gone through a lot of personal growth today. You can tell personal growth from the number of times a programmer says I'm dumb. It's true facts. Nope. Still look great. What? What? Why? Is it casting wrong? Does it care? Guess I would care if I was a compiler. Even the casting makes sense. It's like you're just creating a new variable with the old stuff, but in the new type. Something that's really elegant about your language. Besides the like voodoo words that people use. Weird includes that you can't find references to. You know, besides that stuff. Like trying to figure out, you know, with reasoned sense, how to mix and match all of the many alpha tags, flags, parameters. That's one that gets me all the time. It's not that it's trivial, but how not trivial it is. Like, see why everyone's amazed when you say you write shaders, because it'll bounce out really quickly. It all not render. I can make it render. Anything in between is very difficult. What did I do? I didn't say what's wrong. All the F's out. That output and input, or am I doing a out kind of? Nope, there's an output buffer. And I am making an assumption that the blur pixels itself is the problem. Thing. Whistling. Probably need access blur. I'm not going to question. I'm going to delete it, pretend that it was always good. It's average together. The whole thing equals the average. Good. I mean, maybe an extra step. So like, who cares? Called kernel, right? Don't always do that. Did you? Oh, come back. Where'd you go? Oh, there's no eye. It's pixel. Okay, here it is. I found it. Stop worrying now. Access lead. We don't need that. Okay. Nice warnings. I'll deal with this later. As long as they're fast and CPU, which I would assume they have to be. I think should they just be floats? Because it all computes better as floats. A couple places we might need to cast to just position. Oh hey, and now everything else seems to work. It's the first time I found this appears to be interrupting stuff. Should I crap do that other thing? Which the off thing. A little flip flopping around. It's taking a second. I think I changed very much. Still doing the blur. I assume so, because we're blurring all of the data right out of there. Our blur 10. We don't need 10. It probably only is 8. That can't be true. I wonder if this should be a product of how big the texture is. It might also just be like the bit depth, the texture. And even when you have the knowledge, it can be complicated. So I have stuff, not all the knowledge. Who has brain for all that stuff? Kind of something. Okay, that's more believable. You can at least see that we have a top, we have a little downslope. May not be perfectly normalized. Or seems more reasonable at least. I think I just okay, that's kind of a ridge, right? A sharp ridge, but it doesn't show that it like dips in the back. And show that it gets steep beforehand. Data's there, maybe it can be used even if it's not as easy for me to see as I'd like. If we are in tundra or we're near tundra, we'll be able to pick up rocks. There's some rocks. I feel like I see lots of rocks. Oh, we got a spiky boy. You don't usually see the spikes. Gotta figure out and decode if any of these rocks are in meaningful places. Gotten some. Which maybe I'll figure out. Add in some fake data. Add itself back in. And it's always flat. I was thinking like faking the data or doping the data or whatever to be less is better than its current like artificial enhanced state. Well, it does kind of show that its steepness is spacing. that blue data in it. I'll take it, that's a win. G is probably the one we want to use. Be a channel that gives us 0 to 1 how steep overall. I don't know if it's a full curvature yet. A cool river. Sort of. Cool from up top. Any other direction you like. Why wouldn't it just go down? Alright, we'll dig into world stuff again. Oh man, brain fried. What do I do for the next 20 minutes? Do we have the right amount of blur? There's too much blur. One pixel of blur. Let's just burn our time on dumb stuff. Not dumb stuff. Easy work. Testing. Gathering data. Also take any distractions the chat has. Tire spam? Smoke spam? Oh, computer's mad. So similar. That kind of has something. It kind of has like valleys. Still looks good. I wish it was more. I want to find a real cliff. Also, this has nice lines. This has good lines. I guess this should be a bit. That's the right thing to do. We have to think about this more. Because the more I blur it, the less we actually have proper steepness. It's not like we're just need to bleed the steepness data out. No end distractions. You lost trying to make sense of Smoke Sim. Well, I hope that we'll get some cool distractions tomorrow then. No worries. It's also exciting. Yeah, one of the meetings I had today might eventually lead to a graphics card update. I'm so psyched about. Small chance, very small chance. I don't want to jinx it. Probably never gonna happen. Wouldn't that be cool? A computer upgrade would be the first thing I spent my money on. You could use a lot of updates too. Yeah. I hear you. Sounds fun. I mean, it's work. And work, like I say, it's fun, but it's, you know, what I choose to do, which is nice. I had to tell yourself off from buying 4U servers on eBay. But what was the plan? Buy a 4U server and have it run render stuff for you? Good question. Do you have a rack? Show us pictures of your rack, Catless. Sorry, that was crude. I redact that. Sorry, I apologize. The expressions and words expressed here do not reflect on danger, friends, or family, or any organization. It was the first that had a quad CPU config. Okay. Do you need a rack? It just, what does it want to be suspended in the air? You could suspend it. Get a 2x4. It'll be fine. I wish I could get a nice cliff. Or I say this is bad. What? Somehow more normal? Or is it the edges? Maybe they're being somewhat normalized and all of the edges are messing things up. So I actually have to fix that problem that I don't want to fix right now. Just lazy and not full of ideas. Full of ideas, just not great or how to implement. So yeah, what would you do with the server? The 4U server? Is that just gonna be for rendering? Can you actually, I guess you can run it with a monitor, right? Just wanted to see something with more cores. Well, I mean, that's more than just more cores. That's more CPUs. And each CPU... Sorry, we're about to make assumptions. What kind of cores do they have? Or what kind of CPUs do they have? Are they themselves multi-core? I got my cliff, thanks. First, it's right on an edge, so of course it's painted. This one might be tainted, but I feel like this one's good because you have an area where that's definitely the seam. This is definitely normalized, whatever, next to seam. And then we get our steepness. That should be able to drop big rocks on mountains, right? But also the left. Okay, go around. That will kill our time. You tell me that can't help but choosing a decent system. Houdini runs a server process, so you were thinking that maybe you could run a front-end, back-end config. You could offload computing. I mean, that sounds cool. Haven't really looked into it. I mean, sounds cool. As long as Houdini's not the only thing that could benefit from it. Someday I'll figure out how to do rock walls. I feel like we're almost onto something. Deepness is almost. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. It does look as extreme as the edges, so I think that could be a good thing. Yes. I think that's actually flat though. I'm confused. Right, the purlin's not in there. I think that is a big part of it. Purlin might actually be able to defeat some of the lower areas of the height map. You have a handful of old Xeons, but they're probably too old to bother with by now. You need a nice little 12 to 16 core Threadripper. Yeah. Are those expensive though? It'd be a neat compromise. Are those, what is the term for it? Are those real cores or hyper cores? You got threading on that thing? You thread up to 32? Real cores. With threading, with hyper threading available? Ooh, 24 to 32 threads. And here I am not wanting to thread anything. I'm lazy. It's a lot of work. Yeah, for the what would that help me with? I almost feel like it's mostly GPU bottleneck. Obviously a bigger CPU would be nice, but everything I have is GPU problems right now, I think. Don't laugh at the Threadripper suggestion. Data centers throw the older ones out like free candy almost. Yeah, but those are the equivalent of an overclocker's trash bin, right? Like those have been pushed to the limit and then some for long periods of time. I mean, if they last, I wonder how long a old data center CPU lasts. That does sound interesting. I thought this was my playlist that was happening, and then Tool came on, and I'm like, I don't dislike Tool, but I don't remember ever putting Tool in any playlist. $128 of RAM should do nicely for a start. DDR5? Wait, are we on DDR5 yet? I think we are. Have you seen those here? Only TR config you know of was one friend that got purchased for himself, then changed the workplace before it was delivered. You're in DDR5? DDR4 prices are plummeting? Okay. Yeah, man, it is definitely time for an upgrade then. Once RAM gets faster, like a whole new computer. I think how many times have I upgraded my computer? Because each time it feels like usually feels like a completely, I don't know, stepping from Mario into Sonic. Once RAM gets faster, yeah. Get that bandwidth up. You can push more data. Why are data centers using Threadrippers? That's a good question. Fast you want to go? It gets faster every year. Not noticeably though. Like when you hit a new generation, usually they do it because there's like a pretty big performance leap, right? The bad metric for upgrading. I don't know if I'd call it a metric. I'd more call it a set of feelings linked with the act. Because yeah, it's not like when I make a computer, it will be faster, so I will make it. Obviously, they'll always be faster. But when you feel like the desktop experience is even twice as fast, you know what I mean? Like, oh wow, Windows starts up faster, and I can open folders and I can drag them around the desktop without any lag. Not that I ever noticed lag before, you know? When you open Chrome and it just goes to a place. I feel like at least 3 or 4 times in my life I've gotten a brand new computer and it's been like night and day. DDR6 is still out for a few years. See, I'm on DDR4. It's fast. Are you saying I wouldn't notice a difference? You would have thought there would have been epics with more suitable specs for any DC case. I mean, if Linus Tech Tips has taught me anything, it's that the full spectrum of tech exists, or almost the full spectrum of tech exists. Who knows why? Some of it's completely dumb. Some of it's a complete niche use, but is way more than is actually necessary. Make it and see if the world has a use. You can go consumer with a current 7950X. 60 cores, 32 threads, not as many PCIe lanes, but you'll doubt you would actually need that. Not the X3D for you two? Maybe I want the X3D. Actually, what is X3D? Xeon 3D? Astrid C3D was less performance and more trouble than X. Oh, the Threadripper. Threadripper X. Threadripper X3D? Huge boost in gaming, but less performance and productivity. So frustrating. It's like, you know, so Intel, whether it's true or not, I doubt it is, has technically better gaming performance. And I think if it's true, it's because they spend a lot of money to work with game developers, especially big ones, making sure that things get optimized for them, pretty much. Like pandering to a gaming audience. Like, yeah, the fact that AMD would try and chase that and lose performance anywhere else seems ridiculous to me. The benefits are a few frames. They're not even that big. Early 2020, you would say? 20% more on gaming, 20% less on productivity. See, like, that's not a trade I think I want to make. On average. Man, I don't want to have to min-max my PC specs. Maybe another reason why I liked Intel. Intel was simple. The chip number get bigger. I mean, they've had some stumbling bits, but I don't know. And there are data center bits, but like, chip does what chip does. They're not all of a sudden marketing everything towards gamers. Which game do you want to run? $3950X is very awesome. That's why you say not that one. Fair. And definitely not that. If you were building a desktop / workstation, you'd probably find out which chip has the angriest cores. Single thread performance kind of makes things smoother. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. But you look at things like Unity, and it's like they can multi-thread as much as they want, but they have to multi-thread, and then they're always going to be dependent on the main thread that Unity's running on. I assume a lot of programs are going to be like that, where they're going to have the bulk of the program on one thread parked, and then other stuff runs in parallel, but it eventually needs to like report back to main thread to do anything useful with data. Otherwise, it's busy work, right? So like, you're always going to have a bottleneck at single core performance. In my opinion, someone that doesn't fully know, that doesn't thread very often. And you know what? That may just apply to certain programs. But unfortunately, I think they're largely the I used. So yeah, I think I'm with you, Catless. But Zombie, do you want to chime in? Tell me I'm wrong? I'd love to hear it. Expand my mind. I think it's just going to be better if we fix the edges. Can we cut the edges out? cut out completely if you may or may not be an edge close to some sort of border. And then it'll just average everything on the inside. Again, I think I'd be better with weird gaps than the like spikes. It's 5:50. I'm not getting anything else done today. Maybe some walking. You weren't paying attention. So I was saying that even if you have multi-threaded apps, at some point they always have some main part of the app parked on the main thread that needs to get data reported back to it from whatever multi-threading stuff you're doing in parallel. So at the end of the day, single core performance is always going to be somewhat more important, because it will end up being some sort of bottleneck at some point, even if you have all the parallels doing tons of data and sending it all back. Like, you still need single core for pushing the main program forward fast. Bye, Yag. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. People to how to describe it. I'm listening. I don't know. I guess there's some programs where if you just need to process data, you could do everything in parallel, and who cares? Push it to separate files or whatever. I think most things are just need to have their main driver. Single core is very important. That can get you only so much performance out of a single core, no matter how fast it runs. Well, not like getting single core, but having the better single core performance than multi-core performance. So like if you have 12 cores and they run slightly slower than 6 cores, there are situations where the 6 core would be faster because single core performance is better. And yeah, you're also thinking like, how many threads do they need? How many threads is any program going to use? Only like a rendering thing or graphics thing is going to be throwing crazy amounts of threads. Most things probably are sane. Like if you have a multi-threaded game, I would assume that they're just shoving some loading and graphical stuff to threads, and they only need a couple more. So if you have a shit ton of threads on the same core, it still needs to switch around all the time, which causes overhead. That makes sense. I guess if we're thinking without hyper-threading, maybe we are thinking, I don't know, brain fried. I think I just blew a gasket. Yeah, so threads are on the same core. What if you're doing one thread per core with multiple cores and you're talking about speed, just for simplicity? Higher speed's better than more cores at lower speed. Too many variables. Are we broad brushing? Broad brushing? Not broad brushing, but putting way too much thought into it. Fair. But I'm still gonna say I want higher gigahertz over more cores. What did I say? Didn't I say gigahertz? I didn't. I know I didn't say gigabytes. Tell me I didn't say gigabytes. Pentium 4 lying around that get 4 gigahertz? Well, uh, no. That brings up a whole nest of things that I don't understand. Like why a CPU used to go the same speed that it does go now, and gigahertz wise, right? Which is still supposed to be number of computations. Obviously, we have more cores, but lots of programs aren't optimized for more cores for multi-threading. So why is everything so much faster? Like, can you explain that to me? My brain's broken. Like, why were gigahertz less good than they are now? Frequency was comparable when all CPUs had the same stuff inside. That's fair. That's very fair. It depends on IPC. IP interprocess communication. Inter-program communication. And computers are complicated. Instructions per cycle. Okay. Okay, well yeah, that seems like the metric that's getting left out. Because I would assume each cycle is a gigahertz. Gigahertz. It doesn't go singular? Is that why you're yelling at me? Because gigahertz doesn't go singular? Want a gigahertz? Got a gigahertz for you right here. Computer has decided to dump so much heat into my office. Dying. You're yelling because it's not a number that represents actual performance. Right, exactly. Okay, at least we're on the same page. Yeah. But you know what I mean, right? Like, I would prefer the highest, let's say, IPC with gigahertz combination, right? I want it to do the most things. No. You need to find a balance. Okay. You're not only doing that one thing. It's true. True. Yeah, like, look at all this graphs. So much graphs that I'm doing right now. If my browser open, I got 30 other programs running. Roughly. Don't forget the malware and all the viruses. Okay, I mean, I'll take both. If they're handing out performance on the street corner, I would, obviously, 2 handfuls, please. So, up until now, I've always just gone for gamer computer. Partially because doing game development, but also because the game development tools that I'm using don't require ridiculous amounts of what have you. And also because I want to test with a nice, like, medium system build, at least. But now I actually have a program or two, which I think I might want to consider, putting some power behind. I might actually need some help figuring out what the best next computer build would be. More grumpy about the topic. Every time a new CPU generation comes out and people start complaining, I wish it had 4 to 5 gigahertz. I mean, it's real. Your complaint is real. I, as a consumer, also wish they wouldn't advertise it that way. Can't there actually be a metric to be like, yeah, instructions per cycle multiplied by gigahertz? Multiplied by some sort of modifier for multi-core performance, and then you get some sort of number that gives you an idea of scale. Or is that just the benchmark number? Am I just looking for F mark? For 15 years, look how much performance we have now. Because we were promised tens of gigahertz by now. Back then, it's true. So true. Really got past the 5. That's true. Like, even if the numbers are pretty much made up and complete lies, not lies, right? More tied to frequency of the electricity you're putting in. But stop advertising that. The number doesn't even look good. You can't even put the best spin on it, especially when you have to, like, coddle people by being like, it's so good, don't pay attention to it going down by like 2 gigahertz. It's all marketing. I know, but why can't marketing work correctly? Like, let me understand what the thing is I'm buying. Real life benchmarks are bust? Yeah. Incorrect marketing makes more money for less work. I mean, yeah, it does. A pain in the butt. Come on, Germany, where are the consumer protection laws? But they probably wouldn't apply to us. But Europe has been pushing a lot of cool things that definitely help Americans with crappy American-born companies. I think around Pentium 4, where they were saying this is the absolute bee's knees because it scales so great once future versions hit 5, 10, 15 gigahertz. Please what? Let me ruffle for a few minutes. Oh. I'm trying to know what I'm getting. It sucks shopping for laptops, GPUs, CPUs, all of that stuff on a lot of sites, many sites. In fact, none of the sites that sell really help you compare very well actual numbers, just the fake numbers. I've told you the budget for digital stuff. No. Wait, was this the German spending thing where they're defunding schools and hospitals. You mentioned that they brought it. Oh, was it like 300 million per year down to like, was it 30 million or down to like 3 million? Something ridiculous. 3. Why do you want money? We have money at home. Says German government. You guys need to upgrade the government? Yeah, you do. Something around that number. I don't get it. Money's made up. Can we just make up enough money that we're all able to survive? Still waiting for your alien overlords? Yeah. And I would read Childhood's End again. Oh, I was told to stay away from the miniseries Childhood's End. I was told it's very bad. Nothing like the book. Maybe slightly like the book, but almost will ruin the book for you. Get a model that doesn't close all nuclear plants and dreams less about hydrogen and cheap Russian oil. Obviously, almost no strings attached. That's fair. I have not actually seen much about German government stuff in my news. That sounds like something that would be, news making. The whole nuclear energy fiasco. Maybe that'll be a topic for tomorrow, because I'm definitely interested. Also sounds sad. But maybe it's good because they were just waiting to surprise you with, nuclear fusion. Surprise! We have unparalleled amounts of power at our fingertips, generating constantly. Back in the school, your grade got downgraded because you argued pro-nuclear. What? That's ridiculous. Well, as long as you're not... Did you hear about that American Boy Scout? There's an American Boy Scout that was buying up smoke alarms and watches with glow-in-the-dark hands to get the radioactive materials so he could make his own... Actually, I don't remember what he was making. Something with nuclear materials. A reactor of some sort? Genius, right? I mean, I have differing opinions, but one of them is like the intention was cool. I don't completely disagree with his end, but the means, yeah, I'd rather not expose myself to that much radiation. You guys need some anti-progressive vaccines over there? Please don't go full Sweden. It's not pretty. Fair. Wait, what are you talking about specifically, though? Maybe I'm unaware. Are you talking about the burnings? Because that's something that I have an opinion on. And I think that we should just say that burning any religious material is a hate crime. And just say that it, you can have free speech, but you also get repercussions. And I think that's the easiest way to just, go around that. I feel like if the protesters had some sort of punishment, it would, even if symbolic, it would be so much better than just saying it's freedom of speech and letting them do whatever they want. And now there has to be other burnings to... Anyway. More of a distribution problem. In most areas, we are way behind the times. I don't think I fully understand that. Wait, are we talking about being low on vaccinations because there's a distribution problem? Is that what I'm reading? That really stinks. It would be nice to have more of those drone delivery startups actually doing useful stuff. You might be progressive with the whole nature stuff. Wait, are they trying to say that nuclear is against nature, though? Dinner's early. Oh, thank you. I'll wrap up. Appreciate it. Okay. We got the warning. We're gonna find somewhere else to be. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, for hopefully more stuff where my brain's working. You know what? Maybe we just sign off for today. We'll do a raid tomorrow. Has there ever been an enviro group that would accept anything pro-nuclear? My environmental group would. I don't get, why would nuclear be against, like, on the spectrum of coal to solar, like nuclear is like right next to solar, isn't it? I guess fusion, not fission. Fission has some stuff you have to dispose of. I kind of get it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go. Thank you, everyone. All my lurkers, my chatters, my VOD watchers. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope to see you again tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, well, you'll find us again. Have a great day. Have a great night. Bye.